Hey guys, ignore the light up ahead. I can't really do much, and it's really late at night, which is why I'm trying to be quiet. And ignore my hair. I have it sectioned off so that it's easier for me to straighten it. So I've been in school for about 3.5 months now. Twix, I have that half cleaned out, so don't wreck it again, please. No, doesn't matter what angle I use, it's still gonna look terrible. We're gonna ignore the fact that Twix is in the closet. I think he's trying to sleep up there, I don't really know. But I'm gonna do a what's in my backpack for you guys, because I'm currently just waiting on laundry before I can put the rest of it away. And yeah, so let's get started. So I kind of had to open it because I had to organize my pencil case because I couldn't find, because I found the lead that I needed to refill my mechanical pencils with. So that explains that. And then again, I just have some stuff that's random thrown in here. So, yeah. I've actually had this back. I'm gonna put it down, it's kind of heavy. But I've had that backpack since last year, which was junior year for me. I'm in my senior year now. Hooray, I can finally get the hell out of there. Anyways, so how should I put this? So I had a different backpack for the beginning of this year, well, this school year I should say, but that ripped like the second half of last month, I'm guessing. So I have gum on my lip. So let's get started. So in the big pocket, I usually keep my pencil case. And it just has some Chinese characters in the corner right here, and it's white with black lines on it, and it's pink, kind of. There's a zipper on the top, and then a zipper right here. Yeah, I just have like pens, highlighters, pencils, and some of this style of pen, which I use for my planner. And I usually keep what I use the most right here, at least what would fit there. I then have gum. I don't normally keep gum in my backpack, but I don't really know. Lately I normally have it in there. Next I just have my book for book club, and this is called Every Day by David Levithan. So far it's a good book. I have to have this entire thing read by January 8th because that is the next book club meeting that I have. And there's literally like only 3 people in my book club. Like there's me and a couple of juniors, and then there's just our teacher. Next I just have this textbook kind of thing that I have because I have to do a project on this for my history class. I almost knocked the camera over. The history class that I take is called World at War, and it's actually an elective class that I'm taking. So like I could have just like not signed up for the class, then I wouldn't have to take like any history for the rest of the year, for like the rest of high school. But at my school we need about 22 credits to graduate, I think it is. And I'm currently at like 19, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just take like 2 electives. And like I'll get into like what kind of classes as we go along, but that is for my World at War class, which is an elective. And it's basically a history class. I personally suck at history. Next, I have a white 5-star folder, and this just has my history stuff in it. So, yeah, that's great. I then have another 5-star white folder, and this one is for my math class, which is math and society. It was a recommended course because the way that my math classes are supposed to be got screwed up freshman year for me. So like freshman year I was supposed to take algebra, and then sophomore year I was supposed to take intro to geometry, and then junior year I was supposed to take common core geometry, and then senior year, this year, I was supposed to take, I think, algebra 2. But freshman year, it got messed up on me. So I had algebra 1A freshman year, and then sophomore year, I had algebra 1B. And then last year, which was junior year, I had intro to geometry. And then this year, I probably would have ended up taking common core geometry, but I got recommended for math and society. So that's what I'm stuck with taking. Yeah. It's a long story. Oh. I'm supposed to hand that in today, I think. Oh well, I'll hand it in 2 weeks. I then have a third white 5-star notebook, or folder I should say, which is for my English class. Next I have a black 1 subject 5-star notebook, and this is what I just use for my notes. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I literally have like a crazy way of note taking. I just think like all the different colors and like little things. So if you guys like want me to like show you some notes and like how I took them and kind of like give you like some like tips and organization skills that you guys can use, then comment that down below if you're able to. If not, then I will just add it to my dry erase board to do that video for you guys. I then have a 5-star black folder, and this I use for my forensics class, my forensic science class, which my forensic science class is also an elective. So I wouldn't have had to take forensics either, since it's an elective, but like I said, I'm only at like 19 credits and I need to get a lot more. So this is just a black 1-inch binder, which I also use for forensics. I also have my forensics textbook, and so far we've only done like chapters 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and then when we had to do like a PowerPoint project, me and my partner decided to do chapter 12, which was pretty easy. Okay. I also have a black 5-star notebook, which is 3 subjects, and this I have for forensics as well. Again, my notes are kind of like crazy. Like, Let me see if I can find something that was like really crazy for you guys. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'm kind of a nerd, to be honest with you. Only when I want to be. And then the last thing that I have in the big pocket, I think, is just a white 1-inch binder for my economics class. Yeah, and that's it in the big pocket. I usually keep like a water bottle in like one side, like one pocket, and in the other pocket I'll like usually keep like my phone. But I have a few classes that I just leave it sitting face down on my desk and it works. So in the smaller pocket I just have my calculator for my math class. I mean, sometimes I stick like a charger or something in there, but lately I haven't been doing that. So yeah, that is everything that is in my backpack. So I'm kind of gonna like explain like my schedule. So my first period class is English. Yeah, get that out of the way. Second period I have math and society. Third period is my first elective class, which is forensics. Fourth period, if it's a day one, I have a study hall. So I'm basically just sitting in the cafeteria for like 40 minutes at least. Fifth period, I have lunch. So if it's a day one, I just stay in the cafeteria since I'm already there. Sixth period, I have economics. Seventh period, I have my second elective class, which is just the world at war. And then eighth period, if it's a day one, I have study hall. So I'm basically either in the band room or in the auditorium. And then ninth period, I have another study hall. So I'm basically either in the auditorium or in the cafeteria again. And then that's usually what my day is like on a day one. If it's a day two, then the first 3 classes are the same, except for fourth period I will have gym instead of study hall. And then eighth period I have a study hall just in a different room. And then ninth period I have guide period, but we don't really do much in there. So I just always go down to the auditorium or the cafeteria for study hall instead. My sixth period class is the only thing that will change, however, because for the first 2 semesters, because economics and government used to be one class for like the last 3 years of high school, but this year it is divided into 2 separate classes. So some of my friends take government for the first 2 semesters, and then for semesters 3 and 4 they're going to be taking economics. It'll switch, like they'll still be in the same period class, it's just going to switch from government to economics. So for me, the first 2 semesters I have economics, and then when it switches to 3rd and 4th semester, it's the same period, so it'll still be period 6. It's just going to be government instead. So that's kind of how my schedule is working for this year. And so like I have 3 classes. Well, technically I have 4 classes in the morning, then I have lunch, then I have 2 classes in the afternoon, and then I just have basically 2 study halls for the rest of the day. And one of the rules that us seniors have, well, what we can do is if you have only study halls for the rest of the school day, like you get all your classes done and then you just have study halls for the rest of the day, you're allowed to leave school early. Like you can't do it like every day, but every once in a while, like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure you can do it every day because I do have a friend that leaves before like 1 o'clock. And that's usually, I think, around after our 6th period class is over, but I don't know. So today for me was a day 2, so I had gym today. I left after about, let's see, and that class went from about like 12:50. No, I went from about 12:48 to 12. No, it goes. Okay, 8th period usually ends around 1:32. So I was only there until about 1, and then I left early since that was a study hall 8th period, and then I had another study hall 9th period following. So basically, I left at 1 o'clock and just went home for the rest of the day because I was done with my classes. Because I have 4 classes in the morning, then lunch, and then 2 classes in the afternoon. And then I just have 2 study halls, basically, for like the rest of the day. So today I just decided, you know what, I have study halls. Our schedule is a little wonky because we had senior skits. And yeah. So basically that's everything that's in my backpack, and that's just like a rundown on like what my life is usually like day to day, 5 days a week. So yeah. Hope you guys liked it. A note-taking video, depending on how much of a nerd I'm being at the time, I might film that. But that's pretty much it for this video. So leave a like, a comment if you can. Apparently comments are disabled at the moment, but I'm not that worried about it. Subscribe if I didn't say that already. So yeah, peace.